Hi everybody, welcome to Line of the Week number 130, Motive Development using Melodic Rhythms. In this week's line, I've been focusing on melodic development, trying to incorporate plenty of space, and also resolving tension at the point of chord change where and when appropriate. This week's line is based on a C minor blues. Let's look at the chord progression and the accompanying chord scales so we're all on the same page. Here are the chords to the progression. The chords are C minor triad for 4 measures, to F minor 7, to C minor, to A flat 7, to G7, resolving back to C minor. Here are the chord scales I use. I use the notes from the chord scales for 2 reasons. One, as a source of notes for improvising, and secondly, to determine the appropriate tensions for comping. The chord scales are C melodic minor for 4 measures, going to E flat major, going to C melodic minor, going to E flat melodic minor, and then to A flat melodic minor, and then to C melodic minor. And this is a blues, so you can use your blues scale whenever you want. Here's some melodic rhythm I'm using this week. The motif is from Jerry Bergonzi's book, Volume 4, Melodic Rhythms, Used with Permission, and there's a link in the description to the book. Here's the line of the week with Guitar Pro backing I use to make sure I'm getting the notes and the rhythm accurate. Let me say a few things about the line. I saw online where Gary Burton suggested repeating the motif 3 times for your audience to hear it as a motif that you're developing. I like that sort of granular information where Gary Burton over time has realized that in order for people to hear a motif as a motif to be developed, it's effective to repeat it a few times before developing it. Let's look at measure 1 where you have the original motif. In measure 2, you've got a variation of the original motif, meaning the same rhythm, different notes. In measure 3, you've got a variation. In measure 4, you've got an extension. You could look at it as an extension of measure 3 or as an extension of measure 5, meaning an extension of eighth notes occurring before the motif. In measure 5, you've got a variation. In measure 6, you've got a fragment of the original motif, meaning an identifiable small part of the original motif. In measure 7, you've got another fragment. In measure 8, you've got a variation of the original motif. In measures 9 to 10, you have an extension leading into the variation that you'll find in measure 11, which brings us to measure 11, which is a variation. And then measure 12 is another fragment, can be looked at as another fragment of the original motif. Also, note the point of resolution of tension by half step. At the point of chord change, it's important to resolve non-harmonic tones, meaning void notes or disagreeable tones, by half step to an agreeable note. You can resolve tension either directly, meaning immediately, or indirectly within a beat and a half with 1 or 2 intervening notes. Circled in red in measures 6 to 7, the A flat under the F minor 7 resolves by half step to note A under C minor. This is because the A flat is an avoid note to the tonic C minor here in this progression. I'd also like to make a note that this is the entire Line of the Week series is not about memorizing licks to put into your improvisation. Rather, I'm trying to provide examples of concepts, and you can take the concepts and make up your own examples in your own way and in your own preferred musical styles. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week.